My name's Megan Goodwin and I'm the training manager here at ClickDealer. We've recently conducted a DMS survey as a part of our Win ClickDMS Free for Life competition, and we were amazed by your excellent feedback and suggestions for improving our products and services. And because of the amazing response we received, we just wanted to take some time to address some of the most frequently asked questions. So the first one was, can you add a spec check to the DMS? So Click is working with its partners to understand this area in a bit more detail. At the moment, we do find that the data is often inaccurate and inconsistent, and we believe that this would cause much more frustration than it would add value. We will continue to work with the partners, and we will look to build new relationships so that we can provide better data around spec. But for now, we do have costed option tick boxes in our advert spec screen, which is just above your standard spec. How can we use ClickDMS to its full potential? So ClickDealer offers free DMS training for our dealers and their staff from our in-house training team. We can offer different types of training. So you can either have remote training over the phone, where we can log into your computer, we can see your screen and go through it that way. Or you can come here at Click HQ for the day if you like. And that means that you can come here face to face, you can have a bit of training. We do also offer on-site visits where we come to your dealership. However, these are chargeable. But just to confirm, the remote sessions are free of charge, and you coming to Click for the day is also free of charge. Can you add a stock CSV with retail and purchase prices, please? So ClickDMS actually already has this functionality. We have got a new Add Vehicle screen coming out, which is coming soon, for the option to bulk upload. So we can provide full training on this, how to use it, any queries, and that can just be by calling the customer care team or emailing them. The best contact details would be help@clickdealer.co.uk, or you can call them on the normal office number, which is 01782 478 220. Can you make it so that dealers can update MOT dates to show the expiry of MOTs rather than show the date the current MOT was conducted? So this automation has now been set live and is available within ClickDMS. So the stock list now shows the vehicle's next MOT date, and we have a direct API with VOSA. So if any vehicles need to be refreshed, we can do that as well through the vehicle details screen. Again, if you do want any training or you're struggling to find it, it's just a case of calling us on the same number below or the same email. I would like to see more of a functional diary held within the DMS so that if I click on a day, then I can add in the necessary fields and information and have it enabled that I can report on what has been done on a specific date. But whilst it's not currently planned, we have added the suggestion to our development board, which is reviewed by our in-house tech team every 3 months. Damage reports would be better if you could take a photo of the damage and highlight it on the photo. So the damage inspector is a really popular feature in ClickDMS, and we're constantly looking at ways to improve it to help our dealers. So this feedback will be taken into account for future updates for the product. I'd love to use ClickDMS for my dealership, but I'm scared of changing my current processes. So that is something that we hear quite often. ClickDealer has helped so many customers over the years. It's been 20 years, so as we've mentioned, we can provide one-on-one training for the dealers if you think it's easier coming here face-to-face. We can offer remote training, and we've got the helpline as well for any quick queries over the phone. We are there at any point and at any stage that you need us, and you can have as much training as you feel is necessary. Can you add the ability to create invoices through ClickDMS? So yes, that is something that you can already do within the DMS. If you are a DMS fully integrated, so that will mean that we have different layouts for the DMS invoices. And again, if it's something that you want to query on, it's just a case of emailing us or calling us. I would like to see a search bar for quicker access to reports. So as a result of your feedback, this has actually been added onto our development board, and we're looking into this to see if this is something that we can do within the DMS. We agree that it would be a great idea, so if we can implement that into the DMS, it'll help you and us. I would like to see Click create a system which displays the vehicles in the lowest tax and insurance category. For example, if a customer came into the showroom, it would be useful to have a system in place that displays vehicles to suit their needs. This could be done by filling in the appropriate information and then being used to narrow down the searches of the perfect car for the customer. For example, monthly payments, tax, fuel, and a comparison to their previous vehicle. So plans are in place to make an even further advanced version of what you've described in this question. So it's not something that we can just put that all on a plate for you and that's there on a screen. We will put a lot more information into it for you so you can make sure that you get the right information out to help your customers. Can you update the look and feel of ClickDMS? Many screens look old and tired. Again, this is something that we are aware of and we agree as well. We know that there's a lot of room for improvement and we're addressing these issues in stages. So because of how big the DMS is and everything you can do within the DMS, we can't just implement the changes on a whole scale basis. But we are starting with our most used screens and we're working our way through everything. So ClickDMS was created, 20 years ago, and it's been constantly added to at the request of our dealers. So it can take a bit of time and it will take a bit of time, but hopefully in the near future, you'll begin to see more modern, user-friendly screens. Again, on the next couple of slides, I'll show you a few of the new screens as well, so you can see the difference. Okay, so that's everything from the FAQ side of things. I'm just going to run through a bit of top tips through the system. So anything on here that I previously mentioned and anything that I think might be helpful for you. Vosa integration. So as mentioned before, we now integrate with Vosa to show all of your vehicle's previous MOT history. If you go to your vehicle details page, so on any vehicle that you've got in stock, and it's in the top part of your screen, and you can see where it's highlighted on the screen in front of you, the red box. It just says MOT history, which will then pop up with the below box, which will tell you passed, failed. For example, that one's just got 2 passes on it. However, if you can make out from the box below, it won't just show you if it's passed or failed. It will show you all your advisories. There's much information as we can get that will be put onto the screen for you. Okay, and we've got the sales inquiry screen. So this is one of the screens that has been updated. So as you look on the screen, you can see that there is a lot more of a modern look and feel to the screen. It's a lot more user-friendly. So in here, you have got the facility to create sales inquiries. So you can apply different actions to all inquiries, and you can assign any inquiries to specific vehicles. So that just means that if you want to pop in here that there is a customer and you booked in a test drive tomorrow, you can book that in for tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and then that's recorded for you with any necessary information. You can also put in maybe callbacks if you've arranged a callback with a customer. You can jot down the notes of the conversation. It just saves you having to write it down on a scrap piece of paper. It means that everything's in one place, so you can monitor all of your actions and you can keep on top of all of your inquiries. Okay, so we've got the diary just here. So this is in the top left-hand corner of your DMS, if it is that you haven't seen the screen before. Again, this is one of the newer screens, as you can tell. So anything that you would have just put in the previous screen, on the sales inquiry screen, if you'd put in that test drive for tomorrow, for example, that would be in the diary and that would be in there tomorrow for you at 3 o'clock. So it just shows you things such as your callbacks, test drives, and your collection dates. If it was that you clicked onto a test drive for tomorrow, it would bring up all the information that you've previously entered. So everything's linked up for you and you're able to see what conversations have been had, for example. And then we've got ClickDMS invoices. So within Click, there's a few bits that you might not be aware that you can do. One of them is that you can address your invoices to the finance company. So if it is that you're selling a vehicle to a customer, but they're financing it through a certain finance company, we can ensure that it says invoice to the finance company, but it also says deliver to the customer. If that's something that you'll be needing to do, you can just go into the Finance tab at the bottom of your order screen, and there's a little tick box along the top that just says invoice to the finance company. You tick that box and it'll amend your order form and your invoice for you. And you can also email out any order forms, invoices and deposit slips to your customers. You do need to ensure that the customer's email address is actually in the profile in order to send any information out via email. So you can always click onto the customer's name in the order screen and update your email address in there. If it is that you feel you haven't seen this button anywhere before, it might be because you haven't actually entered in the customer's email address, so that button won't appear unless there's an email address there waiting. When it is that you've got an email address in there, rather than you clicking print invoice for your customer, there's just an email invoice just next to it. And it's the same with your deposit slip. So when you've receipted a deposit, you can then click on email deposit slip rather than print. And then you can also change invoice layouts on all of your invoices. So if you would like to have a look at the different invoice layouts that we can offer, it's a case of going to dealers along the top, profile, scroll down to your defaults, and then choose your invoice type. So we have got a variety in there. Whichever one you select, just click update. And then if you go back into your sold vehicles and have a look on your invoice, you can see the different layout and you can pick which one it is that you prefer to use. And then we've got your FCA Gabriel report. So this isn't necessarily related to any of the FAQs, but it's just something I thought we could pop on there because, again, a lot of our dealers might not know that this is available for them. So if you're using us for your DMS, we can actually produce your FCA Gabriel report. You can't submit this via the DMS as you can with your VAT return for MTD, but it can produce a report with all the necessary information, which will save you a lot of time if it's something that you're doing manually. To get to this report, again, if you go to dealers along the very top of your screen, click onto administration and then click onto FCA Gabriel report, and it'll pull up the screen on the right hand side for you. It also highlights a report on the right hand side next to the figure where you can go and see where we've pulled this information from. And then the last screen that I've got on here, again, not necessarily to do with the FAQs, but good to know. ClickDMS is GDPR compliant. So your customers will opt in. They might say, for example, they only want to be contacted by email and text for MOT reminders and service reminders. And if that's the case, you can run a report and you can see which customers have opted in and which ones you can contact by text and email. There is a variety of reminders. So there's MOTs, finance, services, warranty. And as I've mentioned, your customers can pick and choose which reminders they're happy to receive and how they wish to be contacted. You can view this data just by going to reminders at the top of your screen, and then you'll see the list of reports in there. So if it is that you'd like to click on a certain one, it'll show you and it won't let you contact them unless it is that they've opted in. So you are covered. Texts are chargeable, but emails and letters are all free of charge for you. Okay, so that's everything for this video. If it is that you want to inquire about signing up to ClickDMS, I've just popped an email on the screen. So we've got sales@clickdealer.co.uk. For any questions about this video, it's just a case of emailing help@clickdealer.co.uk, or if you'd like to call us, it's 01782 478 220.